Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Disco Elysium Part 28. In the previous video we talked to Titus about the murder tape and Klaasje's response, and we pretty much, we kind of made some progress. We learned that they definitively did not kill dude guy, whose name I don't remember. I guess we don't actually know his name. Lely or whatever. We learned that he was murdered through the window. We're supposed to go talk to Klaasje, but before that, we're going to keep looking for the Insulindian Phasma. We're going to check all the traps one last time. You know, say we at least put in a good faith effort at...
The trap is filled with dead and dying locusts. Most of them aren't moving anymore. You still can't see a phasmid anywhere. Poor things.
That's just maybe our brain just isn't connected to the higher levels of... We got pretty high base Inland Empire. But I mean, while we're looking around, we could... I mean, I feel like it's probably... That would be what, exit? Where's my necktie? Oh, never mind. This is just a better one. Where were the others? There are two other traps. I don't remember where the other one... I know there was one was like over this way. Said it was off to the northeast. Maybe up here? Kim, do you see a trap? There's that secret door that we can't go into. There's one. I have no clue where the other one was, man.
Just dead and dying locusts, and the slow swaying of surrounding reeds. Poor things.
Well, you know what they say, Kim, it's always in the last place you look. Coordinates boat traffic. What to think? So there was one by the boathouses. Okay, boathouses and the canal you cross southeast of the village. Yeah, that's the one we're missing. And this is like an impossible skill check, right?
Door, worn by elements,
yeah, fucking
guards
20.
The depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it.
My guess is that that's probably somewhere you have to go for the main story, maybe? Like the end of the game? Which is why the skill check is so high, because you'll maybe get something that'll make it a lot easier. Like maybe that's where one of the soldiers is hiding out. So it's like if you do hit the skill check, you could like sequence break on the case. That's kind of like my gut feeling there. Somewhere around here. Or was it? I don't think it was near the dancing guys. I think I may have been down this way, because it said south of the village, right? I guess we'll take the long way. The long way. There we go.
The trap is full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. A few lie on their backs with their legs twitching. Still no phasmid. Poor things.
Well, we tried. Whatever. I feel like you probably can find the phasmid, but I don't know if we're going to. Just like I feel like there's probably a real conclusion, but I don't know if we're gonna get it. Alright, take me back. Because we can't really do any of the club stuff right now because we need to get rid of Chickadee, and we can't get rid of Chickadee because I have no physical instrument. And there's this, which I don't really know what to do for that. Oh, you think that maybe they're drunk? So you guys communists? We persuade you to be communists?
The legend! He's back! And firstly, I got smokes and piss and a little speed to spice things up.
Friend, do we know each other?
Sure, friend. You know it.
Yeah, Rosie was there too for your ocean-based antics. We
I just
all
meant to see
were.
like a comrade.
Unforgettable night.
Don't call Abigail.
Sounds like you guys aren't my.
Tequila sunset.
Sounds like you guys aren't my commie friends. All right, cool, fine. What about you, children?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Is little Lily your sister?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Children are stupid. Got anything new to say?
Hello, mister. Bye.
Is that the phasmid? It looks like the phasmid, leaning against the wall.
Where? Try and sneak up to the phasmid?
It's not the phasmid. It's not even organic. It's a fire iron. How disappointing.
I can't believe it.
Right? You'll have better luck next time, though. The phasmid, finding it is your destiny.
Hey. Alright, take me back to Klaasje. Maybe we can convince Right to Work to be a commie. That'd be something.
There. Do you smell that?
Smell what?
Can you not detect that inimitable whiff of dissatisfaction and restlessness? That sense that the world is in need of dramatic, even violent reordering?
Close your eyes and take a deep breath.
Can you smell it now? You inhale. The cilia along your olfactory epithelium tingle with excitement as they sift through the swirling morass of industrial odors. First come the smells of the agitated strikebreakers, layers of body oil and sweat, over-buttered meals pulled from bake-like lunch pails, the biting stench of lye soap. And then there's the slowly oxidizing metal gates, the scent of stale grease emanating from every crack.
Everything in order, detective?
I'm smelling for communist, Kim.
You're smelling for... You know what? I'll just leave you to it. Carry on, detective.
Thank you.
It is a mark of the lieutenant's respect for you that he does not press you on this decidedly extracurricular errand. The lieutenant lacks your highly developed politico-olfactory cortex. The reek of communism is undeniable, and it's coming from that railing right there.
But we already know he's a communist. You mean from Manana?
Yes, now's your chance to establish contact.
Unions are a scam? That's very much not true. Ray. Hey buddy, you want to be a communist?
Right to work!
He don't got anything new.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you now?
Oh shit.
The encroaching doom is golden red. It is inside you, but also outside, on the horizon, by the water's edge, innermost but yet to happen. Things make sense from that angle. You're Tequila Sunset. You have always been Tequila Sunset. It has always been too late.
The name's Tequila Sunset, buddy.
Boyadero!
You see his eyes turn teary with appreciation. He is extremely happy for you.
Shake his hand.
You receive a good, strong handshake in return.
Said Boyadero? Tell me about him.
A really cool guy.
It feels like there's an entire history behind the word. But it doesn't really matter. You got it. You know what it means.
Nod knowingly.
He takes a swig from his flask, then offers you some.
I have no interest in drinking while on duty.
A man walking on the edge of a razor, eh? Leaves more for me. So, anything else you wanted to discuss, Boyadero?
Listen, Mañana, there's something important I need to talk about.
What's that, Boya?
Now's your chance. Remember, communists are notoriously skittish, so it's best to insinuate your way in.
Convert a secret cabal of mole people? It involves our... That's right there. It involves our mutual friend Klaasje. Put your hands next to your head and curl your fingers like deer antlers.
Don't think I've ever met a Kras personally. Then again, I've never been to Grad.
I'm looking for mole people.
You might have to look elsewhere for help with that.
Okay, maybe it's time to abandon the subtle approach.
Investigating a peculiar smell, one with revolutionary
Could
implications.
be coming from one of the jam lorries. Cargo's been sitting out for a while.
Okay, maybe
Alright,
it's
I'm
time
looking
to
for
abandon
dang
the
communists.
subtle.
Comunistas, huh? Can't say that's where I thought you were heading with this. Not that I'm criticizing. It's good for a man to take his time and think about the whole socio-political world picture.
It's certainly been an interesting development to witness firsthand.
So you've given up copying and now you're hunting comunistas. Care to say why?
I'm on a sort of quest to develop my political potential and I need their help.
A fellow plains roamer in search of greater understanding. A classic story. I wish I could help. Unfortunately, I don't know many comunistas.
Are you sure you smell like a communist?
Didn't realize you could smell communism. But then, I've never studied the subject.
Maybe it's not taught in any of your so-called universities, but there's definitely something going on here.
Ah, but you know, I did meet a genuine ideologo a few months ago. Perhaps he's your guy.
What's an ideologue?
You know, a guy with a theory. Someone who likes to pit his theory against other theories in deadly theory combat.
How'd you meet him?
It was late one night as I was leaving the arbor. He was waiting on the corner in a bright white jacket. Classic Saramirizian style. He asked me for a light. We shared cigarettes. Then he asked me if I ever thought about getting into some of the extra physical branches of communism.
What does extra physical branches of communism mean?
No idea. I took it to mean he was asking me to join some sort of underground cell. A very old school organizing technique. The sort of thing comunistas used to do before the revolution.
What'd you tell him?
The same thing I always tell people who try to press some claim on me. I said, every boyadero rides alone.
Yeah, that's so cool. How do I find this
I
guy?
couldn't tell you. Once I declined his offer, we finished our cigarettes and he disappeared back into the night. Just before he melted into the shadows, he turned to me and said, "Remember Dobrava and Abadanais." And then he was gone.
Who are those?
I don't know. Guess not everyone remembers.
What do you think it means?
Been wondering about that myself. Some comunista inside talk with me. Not meant for the wider public. They love that kind of thing. You'd have to ask someone who knows this ideologo personally. I have to say though, it sounds like you found yourselves a proper hunt.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
Good talking. Gotta run.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. the brown.
Kim, am I boring?
You? I wouldn't worry about that.
See? You're so regular and vinyl brown. He doesn't
Just
even
because we
want
didn't want to
talk
drink
you about
alcohol
it.
doesn't mean we're boring, okay?
No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal.
But I'm not boring.
Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax.
Let's keep that announcement on standby for now.
Good. Of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too
I'm just saying, I'm a superstar.
interesting now, doesn't it?
And who's
trouble
also
you
kind
any
of
further.
sorry. Boring. Give me a damn boring point. I'll give this game a boring point. Got 4 boring how the hell? Just because I don't fucking do hard cocaine while talking to people? Like, oh, this guy's so boring. He won't even fucking bump a line while talking about canasta. Are you a communist? No?
Looking for something on.
Maybe the chickadee in there, maybe she's a communist. Yellow rose in the window? Those aren't the flowers that are left for Klaasje?
To the left of some croissants and juice bottles, you see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf. A colorful display
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. Is this about the question?
You got a white jacket? Your jacket's not really white.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
You know anything about communists?
Hi again, gendarme.
Ooh. Posure.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Like, we're not gonna pass that. Where are my shoes? We have one other thing that gives composure. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we have 2 things that give composure. Or is it just that because it's +2, because when we unequip those, it's basically +2. I'm pretty sure we have another thing that gives composure. Wrong. Oh wait, no, we already had it equipped. Our jeans.
Hi again, gendarme.
We could try it and put a point in composure later.
Could he be a member of the homosexual underground?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know why I gotta bring it up. I don't think I want to go down this route because I feel like it might, like, accidentally we're gonna say some fucked up shit.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
I don't trust us to not accidentally say something that I, you know, don't want to say.
Again? I can't believe this shit. Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is no time.
I don't know. I'm doing an investigation.
So, do you know who hanged him?
I'm not telling you this.
I don't know. Why are you? Oh my god, there's more.
Let's see you. I was gonna flex that we're pretty close to cracking the case, but whatever. Made around 4 months of payments for this room.
This window is smooth following your lead.
It's always good to see you.
Why does that sound insincere?
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
Hardy Boys told us what really happened.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
I'm the cool cop, remember?
I'm sorry for wasting your time. I should have known that you'd find out.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions. No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your... Shush, I can't hear what she's saying.
Why did you waste our time then?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
That's not a good enough reason.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Nah, that's not us.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again.
Is that what you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What do you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
What do you have to do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
The job was Lewis-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewis-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lewis-Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
I mean, there are people who've done worse than that. I don't think that's not worthy of the death penalty, for show. A lot of shit you got yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting, a lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
What did you do?
One of them killed themselves because of me.
That's not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
I don't.
There you have it. The way of the warrior.
So what happened the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay.
Maybe not exactly.
He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open, dumb. I could see. I could.
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
Yeah, let's not mention that.
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
A long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Don't burn yourself?
Oh.
That's a motherfucker.
Yeah. It was a real motherfucker.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things.
Had to
I
do
was
a line,
drinking.
or else his brain would start calling him a boring war criminal.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
I mean, Titus said you look pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No,
What'd you do then?
nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
Why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
Okay, what happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time.
So Ruby's probably the other girl
I
then,
sat
maybe?
down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Who's Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
Well, Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Does she also party with Ruby, however?
Did you party with Ruby too?
No.
Still, there is something there. She won't tell you now.
Okay, let's go on.
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
Okay, then what'd you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely. in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times.
By the way, do you know where his pants are?
It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What'd you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
So this Ruby, where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. What are you doing? Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs. She couldn't have heard the shot.
Well, it's probably because she was like zooted out her mind.
It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Klaasje.
So when it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
yeah, I don't know. Something to consider.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I'm just saying we shouldn't write it off completely.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Why'd you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
Okay, so you would have us believe, but you're not.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. Oh God, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? She did, of course. Don't be paranoid, man. It's unbecoming of a police officer, and it makes you sweat.
I mean, I feel like this is a very, very bad taste to ask at this point. Seems unlikely that she killed him based on her reactions. When was the window changed? I don't know, we might click on it.
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
In her bedroom?
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
Bro, our brain doesn't work with visual calculus. Did you kill Lely? I just gotta ask.
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around, close to her hand. A military weapon using jacketed ammunition. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
I mean, it's okay if you did it in self-defense.
I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before. That wasn't what happened.
True, sire. 'Tis true.
Alright. Well, what about his weapon? Just out of curiosity.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor.
The bullet in his head, it was jacketed, military grade. Who else here has a military rifle?
I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psychos did it? Coalition military have rifles. I'm not a munitions expert, and I did not shoot him.
She might have been a tad disingenuous when she avoided talking about the bullet in his head before. Look who's waken up from 1,000 years of sleep.
You lied to me about this bullet before. When I said he was shot, you said you're confused.
I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best not to lie. It didn't always work.
Alright.
Like what?
She nods silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody.
I mean, if she was gonna run, she'd run by now.
No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her.
God's name, wake up!
Who?
Oh God,
What?
we were pretty close to...
Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone.
Like, I don't know. I mean...
She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors.
Well, I
and
guess one thing you need to
wisps.
consider is that even though it doesn't really make sense for her to have killed him, she's obviously out her fucking mind for, like, even being with the guy in the first place. So, I guess we can't apply, like, normal person logic. Or at least my level of logic to it.
She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies. Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this course correction.
Yeah.
Ask questions first. Yes. Start at the top. Choose at the bottom. It's how we've always done it. No rush. See?
Alright. First off, I think you didn't make the call.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
That is the emergencies desk number. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
Yeah,
She
we'll let you
stands
pass on
before
that
you,
one.
holding her back very straight.
Your real name isn't Klaasje.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Hey, what?
Okay, it's not.
Tell me the truth.
You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
Okay, tell me your real name.
It's Katarzyna Lazje.
Okay, well, nice to meet you.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense why she would kill him. Let's change the subject for the time being.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
Alright, we'll come back later.
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in.
I was right.
If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate.
Bro, this is kind of a fucked up thing to say, but I don't know. She's been lying to me all the time, so I gotta get a cheap shot in. It's like love did him in after all.
She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold. Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her. It appears this one has not been entirely corrupted. This may help. This may help the others see.
Say nothing.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me. Or that it was chemically induced and not real. Easier that way.
Was it real?
I don't know.
There's a nod. The smallest of nods. Real as anything.
How's the alcohol flushing doing? So I got 2 hours. You have 2 skill points. Anybody new in the place? No? Alright, Hardy! What up?
It's you again. What is it?
We've been upgraded, we're no longer clowns. Talk to Klaasje. I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
So you defend this on someone, is I defend this on her? Well, civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
So let's logic up. Logic up. Logic up. We're gonna logic up. I mean, that alone should probably give us the max chance. And we can always roll a 2, so it doesn't really... Do we already have our logic? Oh, we already have some logic stuff equipped. I was like, I knew we had, like, several things.
It's you again. What is it?
I mean, this should give us essentially the max chance.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
You didn't go to the toilet
No.
in the whole 45-minute window.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out, too. She has a complex operation to run from her lorry. She's a busy girl.
Ooh, could be drug girl,
Always
too.
has been.
Of course, Ruby is the lady driver in this great big jam mystery. Probably. You'll have to keep investigating. They'll never open up about it.
Just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot the merc. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
There's a secret route to the kitchen, or in the kitchen that leads to the roof.
How?
It looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
Well,
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
from there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Shush now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
Found footprints.
Footprints. Recent.
He looks tough, but there is a nervous twitch in his dark green eye. This is all too close to home for him.
Recent.
What else could you make out? How recent? What size?
Horizontal lines.
Horizontal? I see they taught you well in your RCM school. My old man, a hunter and a half-blind one at it, could have said that. Horizontal lines. Good news is, I'm still listening.
He knows they had to be recent for those lines to still read. This wasn't a failure.
Okay, well, we found the key here.
I don't like guessing, Cope. No one does.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
You didn't find it, but Ruby did. That's how she got up there.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old. Faded. It had been there for 20 years at least.
I mean, she could have just put it back there when she was done.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits. And he knows it.
You do agree the shot came from the roof, right?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Klaasje's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
Unless it was an exceptional, almost godly sniper.
Hey, look at that. Our thought came in handy. But I mean, I feel like, these all seem like junk. So.
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself.
Okay, well that's not true. The bullet that killed him was jacketed?
So
it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those.
I mean, I guess we could have lied about our gun.
This goes against your short-range theory.
But I don't really want to lie.
Weapon was military grade. How did Ruby get it?
You don't know. Just be honest.
I'm just being upfront with what I know.
Right. That's mighty forthcoming of you. So, let me extend you the same courtesy. She's connected to you know what.
Organized crime. Down in Jamrock, probably. He's not being too forthcoming. This is not a surprise.
Lady
so
driver.
She may have access to semi-automatics, but that's a long fucking stretch of the imagination.
It's Revachol. Anyone can get a gun around here.
Look, fucko. Ruby and I are pretty tight. She would have showed me the gun if she had one. She knows I love guns.
yeah, everyone knows Glenn loves guns.
I don't know, Glenny. Ruby's a little secretive, isn't she? Wasn't like she told you every little thing.
This one does not like Ruby. May prove useful.
Klaasje said Ruby takes care of things. You don't do that without a gun in Revachol.
She organizes things. She doesn't whack people. That's not the kind of person she is. She's a talker.
It's clear this one is protective of her.
Easy now, Glenn. What he's trying to say is, people who don't have guns don't shoot people. You need a gun for that. You can't prove she has one.
You don't need to prove anything. Doubt is enough for now. And Titus must have some.
I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
All right, Carl. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Could have been covering up for herself.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Klaasje wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Shanky? Okay, let's go for... I don't know which one. I mean, I kind of want to pull out this guy because he just was like saying how easy a plan it was to come up with, that anyone could do it. So we could have, like, single him out because he's probably an idiot. Alright, Eugene, let's assume you killed him.
He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Yeah, I got it right here in the Hardy Handbook, boss. Section 7, subsection C. Don't murder someone, then get everyone else to help you cover it up so that you can have a higher chance of not being tried for murder.
Which is why she didn't.
She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We gotta talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Wanna know why?
Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
I mean, this seems kind of a stupid question. What was she scared of?
I told you. You.
As in the RCM?
No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
What?
And a hole in his heart. That first.
And the hole in his heart?
Why not? You suck on that gun like someone tore you a brand new asshole.
You probably knew me from my singing days.
Yeah, that's real funny. She wasn't laughing, though. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Won't stop?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
That doesn't sound like us.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Silence. He nods.
Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener?
You are insistent.
Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught Pete. But she was too scared.
You have any clues?
She's not far. We know that much. She
In
didn't
that
take
damn
her
bunker.
lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Who you looked for?
A little. On the coast.
In the damn bunker.
Where have you looked for her? More precisely.
More precisely, on the coast. Past the waterlock. She's not here. So, I'm thinking she's there.
You know where I should start looking?
Sure. There's some shit houses there. A cinderblock town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man.
Alright, it's not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
We'll shake it.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material.
Should be a cop, Titus.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
We're a great cop. I mean, that Harry guy, I don't know about him. Harry's a fucking loose cannon, but Tequila Sunset, aka Rafael Ambrosius Castillo, he's one of the best cops.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That
Yeah.
Ruby of yours.
And?
Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Klaasje. It was nice and Ruby-centric.
Yeah, I didn't really have the vibe that she's the one who did it, based on our talk with Klaasje.
Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash?
I mean, Bullet was jacketed, they don't just lie around everywhere.
Good point. It is rather rare these days. But
And no one mentioned hearing the shot.
notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that. Free as a bird on that roof. Lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad?
And we're gonna go
Ruby
back
thinks
and talk
this
to her.
shit and not me. Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. Move on. It's no use harassing her further.
Because we do want to talk to her alone. Her ass is still up there, right? You better not fucking run from me. How's our brain doing? Okay. Alright, we'll call it here. Next time we will... I don't know, we want to kill like an hour so we can do the... Because we still got to set the disco club. I mean, that's really what we're here for. I mean, we could like try and solve the case or whatever, that's cool too, but mainly disco club. We have had some breakthroughs, it feels like. I feel pretty confident that she's probably hiding out in that bunker. We just gotta find a way to open it up. And my theory about it being that the skill check is so abnormally high is like an anti-sequence break measure, but you could still sequence break if you wanted to, which is kind of neat. That seems to be what they're going for. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.